Hey, Josh, you ready?
I guess.
I believe in you, Josh.
Thanks. It's my first time. I've never done a podcast before, so I haven't not much idea how this is going to go.
Me neither.
Yeah. Oh, you see, that's great. And to be fair, this is very first recording, and we already have full house. Like, whole your team is just there.
Oh, yeah.
We can't hear you.
Let's hear a woo!
This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm nervous already, and now I have like 10 people there. So all supporting you, though. Can you feel support?
I feel the vibes coming heavy from this way in support. I didn't expect this, but it's quite fun now.
Josh?
Yeah, no, it's nice. It makes it feel like maybe the set had a bit of a family vibe going on.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
The same way families like laugh and fight and cry and scream. It was our crew. We went through everything together.
Sure.
Okay, let's see what happens today, and welcome to Mighty Filmmakers Podcast, Raindance Film Festival special episodes.
Woo.
I'm gonna get used to this, and then they'll have to stay basically and do all this constantly here through all of the episodes. Yeah. So what we're doing here is we're going through filmmaking process, and we talk to inspiring people as yourself, and we're trying to figure out. We're trying to find the secret. Do you remember that book, Josh? The Secret. I think it was called.
Yeah, wasn't it a business thing though?
Did you read it?
I didn't read it.
That's why we don't know the secret. So, have you read that book?
Negative.
Have you heard of it?
I don't know the secret.
Okay, so hopefully today we'll figure it out. Somehow we'll figure out the secret, and I guess we'll start with.
We should probably introduce ourselves.
Maybe.
Yeah, it might be good.
Okay, so we start with our guest today, I guess, and Isabella. I tried, and I forgot. Bobadilla. Bobadilla.
Yeah.
Isabella Bobadilla. Josh, right next to me, and myself, Asatuurs. That's a difficult one, isn't it?
It's a good one.
Yeah, difficult one. Just like Bobadilla.
Hey!
Okay, I guess we'll start and try and figure out what's going on. So how is your festival tour going?
Oh, well, this is the first one. And we've been only here in London. This is our second day. So far it's been great. It's been wonderful. We went to the gala last night. We met a lot of people. We had a lot of wine. It was really fun. So far, great. We haven't seen the movie yet, so I'm feeling all kinds of crazy, but tonight will be a lot of fun.
Yeah, is this the first time you're going to see the film then at the premiere?
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I kind of like it that we're all experiencing it together at the same time, and it will be a genuine reaction. The audience will be very alive. I will feel all the emotions that my character goes through at the moment. So I will be sweating, I will be crying, I will be laughing, all of it. It's really hard to just watch it as a spectator when it's yourself. So I'm excited.
Well, I'm sweating right now because I'm realizing there's so many things we need to cover. And
let's go.
Can you tell us a bit more about the project and of course about yourself? Because today the main focus is you, and we want to know how did you achieve what you achieved, and we will definitely go and see your movie tonight as well. So, tell us a little bit more about the film and about your character.
Okay. Regina is a movie about a woman, a girl that loses her cat, and her only goal is to find her cat. Her cat means a lot to her. I own cats, and I would die for them. So that same level of intensity she has, but she continues to face obstacles in the search of her cat from her mother, from the people around her that really have a control on her life. And I can't say much without saying too much, but she is not the most reliable narrator. So what she experiences is not always what is happening. And it's a movie of memory loss, dissociation, trauma, and her will to break out of that. But it all just started with her looking for her cat.
That's interesting. So, like, as an actor, when your character has quite a simple, clear external goal, does that help your process in any way?
Yeah, I really think, and I think I've learned this from Ashley, our director, that each scene is just one action. If you break it down to like, we just need to do this from this, if you continue to do that, you can make an entire movie. But in the beginning, it's like, as an actor, you want to bring so much depth to smaller scenes, but sometimes it really is that simple. And that's how we operate in the day-to-day. I just want this. And that level of desperation is legitimate. When, if I lost my cat, I'm going to kill someone for it. I don't have to overthink that thought until shit hits the fan in the rest of the story.
Do you know what I like? I like in your bio, there's like one little thing which I really feel like is quite interesting, is roller skating.
Hey, yes!
What's happening with that then?
That's a side quest. Trust and believe I brought my roller skates to London. That's why I packed so much. And this Sunday I will be at Hyde Park skating with the people that show up. But it's I actually learned how to act and skate at the same time. And it's just two loves that grew at the same time. And I've become really obsessive. In general, the hobbies I acquire, I get really obsessive with. And I just became ridiculously good at roller skating, and it's like very therapeutic actually. So I do that quite often as a job and for fun.
So we can recognize you tonight. You'll be on your roller skates, I guess.
I could crying on my roller skates.
Well, okay, so let's establish then our first kind of step. So as an actress, so what was kind of your prep? What was the beginning of everything, and how did you, when you accepted the role, it's all happening, so what did you do next?
Well, that all was thanks to our director, Ashley, because she made it incredibly simple. She gave me basically a document that had movies that she was referencing in terms of the style and the mood, and books that were more so to do with PTSD and women that, I can't say too much, but basically women that have experienced trauma and what that does to your memory. And for me, my gold mine of research is the YouTube comment section. So if you look up any, let's say, someone that's dissociating, there are videos of people experiencing it in real time. And then in the comment section, there are people saying, this is exactly what happens to me. No, it happens to me like this. And it's just people going back and forth. There's so much raw material on YouTube that has helped me. Because it's much easier when you're watching a real person experience it. And I also didn't want to make it like a caricature of, trauma.
How did you make sure that you are on point?
How did I make sure that I'm on point? I need a director to reel me in or to bring it out, because it can be very lonely when you're prepping any job. You need someone else to tell you yes, no, here. And I relied on, sometimes on days where I was unsure, I would ask even our lighting, did you like that? What did you think? I just was so in my head at the beginning. Mind you, this was my first legitimate job. Ashley found me, I've just started.
Roller skating.
No, I'm sorry if I keep crying. My eyes are very sensitive to light, so I'm not crying just yet because of emotion. But I didn't know what I was doing when I started, so I really, really depended on the crew, which is why we became so close. There was no fake cool. It was like, did you like that? Was that good? And then I had to learn to stop asking and receive the acceptance and gratification myself, and know when I did a good job. And I learned that very quickly when we would move on to the next scene.
So you'd say collaboration was an important part of your process?
Yes, yeah. You can't act solo. You have writer, you have director, even camera. You have everyone is in sync with one another. And when one person's off, you feel it.
I'm wondering about independent filmmaking in general. It's kind of I love independent filmmaking exactly from this perspective, where it's the best chance for us to discover some raw talent, something unique, something completely different. And then, some directors try to put that talent in some boxes, and some directors do completely the opposite. What would you say happened to you on your production? Would you say you were molded into something, or it's the opposite? You were the explosion which was allowed to happen.
I think it was more of the molding. I think because Ashley had such a clear vision, and it was hard sometimes to see the full thing. And I mean, some scenes we would, down to the way a line was said. And at first it was confusing, but I think as I've seen scenes back, given the circumstance of how programmed my character is, it really worked. And of course, there's other scenes where I'm with genuine friends of mine that it was just free flowing. I don't think we really needed much direction because it was just so natural. I think when we got into the nitty gritty of when things really started to happen, we really had to be in sync. So direction, I gladly accepted.
So how would we summarize this, Josh? Like the first step, what would you say?
Yeah.
I've really liked the step of online research and comments section, for example. I think that's a good one.
That is unique as well, right? Like I think most people try and avoid the YouTube comment section.
I thrive in the YouTube comment section. I'm there fighting.
I see. I wanted to ask you, did you comment as well? Did you actually respond to any of the comments?
Of course. I'm in there. I'm with them. I'm sending them sympathies and, and then what? And then what else? And I don't want to just, take people's stories, but it helped me a lot to know that this is real in other people's lives, which helped me get through the scenes themselves.
I love that because that's a good testing ground. Listen, and especially if you can provoke people as well slightly, be a bit nasty, maybe provoke and get some genuine responses and apply that to your filmmaking.
Yeah, I mean, so you basically use real experience rather than kind of standard acting theory more to.
Yes, I don't think that I'm just this magical being that knows what to do, and I will gladly accept direction, help, primary resources from the YouTube comments, all of it, and I think all of that research is what has you feeling confident when you're on set, because you have this plethora of knowledge of, you can't tell me that's wrong because this girl in the YouTube section told me that this happens to her when this happens. I'm defending my reasons and my choices in scenes because I'm coming from something. I'm not just pulling it out of my butt.
Yeah. Would you say, would it be fair to say that you are in that amazing place right now at the start of your big acting career, and at the moment you are in this exploration stage? Would you say you are relying on your team more, on directing, and maybe your own feelings more than any theoretical frameworks or scholars, for example?
I think yes. I think a version of me is like, no, but I've seen myself in the past few years, and my career has definitely been moving quickly because I don't really say no. I'm persistent. I will show up in casting directors' email boxes monthly, weekly, and I got time. This is my only job. I got time. So I think, yes, talent and my feelings, but also the persistence is what really gives you a career, a long career. I'm also, after filming Regina, the feelings, it's a really dark, it has a lot of dark elements in the story. It stayed with me for a while, and I really tried to pivot in what I was choosing to do and see what I'm capable of doing, because this was my first major project, and I want to know, is this all I can do, or can I do different genres? And I've recently been stepping more into comedy, into theater, and I didn't know that I could do that. And I think you have to try everything. And if you consistently try everything and you're persistent, your career will only have to go up, I think.
Shall we make that another step? Persistence?
I think we skipped, because you sort of mentioned the importance of collaboration. And it feels like maybe your second step was that collaboration process, not just with the director, but you said, getting feedback from the whole crew.
Yes.
So the importance of collaboration you mentioned could be
Step two. Yeah, I agree. You know what I'm wondering? I'm wondering what director would say here about collaboration with the rest of the crew.
I think it depends on the ego of the director.
That's true. If someone thinks they can do it solo, it's a big red flag. actors as well. I know the prep is a solitary, experience, but it can't be. You'll burn out and you'll be resentful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what, with auteur theory and all that, we talk about film as being a director's medium, but, lots of people make a film, right? It's a whole crew, depending on the size of the crew. It can be on some big projects, hundreds, thousands of people. So yeah, film is always going to be a collaboration, I think.
Yeah.
You're talking about very kind of heavy topics, let's put it this way, in the movie, in the latest one. And I'm wondering, how did you approach that? And specifically, how did you distance from it as well?
It's a very good question. Okay. I'm like, how much do I trauma dump? No. Okay. This again was my first project, and I didn't have a reference for how you do this. So I started reading a lot. Stella Adler is someone I really admire, and her work is phenomenal, and she really emphasizes on the importance of imagination, because if you pull from your own real life experiences, it's not sustainable, especially if you're crying about something dark, but you're thinking about your dog that passed away. It just doesn't give it justice, and it's not right. And you can really build very big and real emotion from your own imagination, tied in with some real bits. So I got the job. I have my Stella Adler book, and a dream. That's it. And it took me some time to build the distance, because just like Regina has memory loss, I as well have memory loss, and from similar stressful scenarios, and I didn't realize until we started, because when you go that deep into scenes, you can't fight the real stuff that's coming up, and it takes the training to separate them. I would have nightmares. I would, I wake up thinking about it, go to sleep thinking about it, and it was really burning me out. And it took therapy. Therapy did a great job. And talking to other actors that taught me, especially the actors on this crew, taught me their process. And then you kind of pick and choose what works for you, and you observe how other people work. And so really learning how to cleanse the day off of you when you go home is very important, so that when you go and do it again the next day, you are excited and you have the energy to be creative. But when it's just all mixed into one, you're in this never-ending spiral of what is she, who am I, what am I doing? And it can be very scary.
For example, I like what I'm hearing in the sense of that you've spoken to other actors and you kind of spoken to community basically and try to figure out, okay, how do I deal with it? How do they approach these type of situations? That's great. That's initially what we're doing here right now. We're trying to figure out how did you specifically did what you've done, and how do you approach your craft at your specific stage right now at this very moment. So what would you say was the most helpful sort of tool maybe, or approach to kind of get yourself back in line? Or maybe there is something some of your friends or actors helped you with. So what would you say if somebody's listening and trying to figure out that this becomes too much for me? How do I pick myself up and kind of get myself out of that situation?
Yes. Something that helped me a lot is physical activity, hence the roller skating. It really getting it out of your body, because your mind knows you're acting, but your body does not. So a lot of it, you might know, yeah, of course I'm done, I'm going home. But the stress and the way your muscles tense up stays with you unless you are intentional about releasing it. I've seen actors after a scene just do a lap around the set, just remove it somehow, cleanse it, you shower, for me, I'm really, really big on meditation and anything that is for you, is for you. You sit there, you take 10 minutes to run, meditate, bathe, whatever, accept that it's done and let it go. it takes practice also. Things linger, the thoughts linger, but after a while it becomes routine. You're like, okay, I'm done. And then you go enjoy time with your family and stuff. And you don't, it's a job at the end of the day. It's a job. You can't let it take over your life or you won't have a job in the future.
That's true. So, okay. It feels like this is a good point to summarize again.
Yeah.
So
Josh.
we have, number one. What was number one? Do you remember?
Number one.
Anyone?
Who's
Please.
taking notes?
One.
Who's taking notes? Not me.
Number two.
Somebody collaborate, please.
Number two is collaboration.
Number two is collaboration.
Okay, question. Can I keep this mug?
You can. Persistence. Yeah.
Persistence, collaboration. There was one before. Persistence was number 3, right? Collaboration. Well, roll the tape back.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, give us a back.
Someone open the notes app in their
Okay.
phone.
That's where we need
All
VAR.
right. This is going very well.
Wait, what's okay?
Let's summarize the third one then. So I guess what we just
was
discussed.
persistence, right? We're on to number 4 now.
Number 4.
We need to set up like a whiteboard.
Yes. Adriana,
Hang it
whiteboard, please. Okay. All right. Number 4 then. How could we summarize what we just discussed?
I guess like decompressing, right? Taking
Yes.
that time
Compressing.
to remove yourself from it. Exercise. It's such a great life advice though as well, not just for that. Like, there's so many situations in life where you feel better just by going for a run or something.
Acting is very similar to therapy. You cannot talk about your process without thinking about your childhood. It's hard to not speak on it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's move on then from this
Yeah.
and try and figure out now if there are any inspirations taken from maybe some your childhood favorite actors, maybe, or movies, or anything else.
In general or in terms for this movie?
In general.
Oh. Well, I never grew up wanting to be an actor. This is something that came to me like very recently. So I never really had favorite movies or favorite actors. But Angelina Jolie and Willem Dafoe are my guiding lights in this life. I just really, really admire their willingness to be very ugly and to go as far as possible. And they've had, each job is different than the last, but they all have that similar like strangeness to them. And those were performances that I remember as a child. I never noticed that they were good acting, but I just cannot remove certain scenes from my head because they just gave 1,000%, and that should be the standard in everything that you do.
What is good acting, though?
I think when you forget that they're acting, you're just like, wait, what happens? What did you say? Wait, what? You're sweating. You're sweating, and I'm crying, and you're everything the character is experiencing. You are experiencing it with them. Now, when I watch movies, I'm feeling everything that they're going through, especially when it's good acting. It's like, God, I'm sweating. I'm always sweating. I've mentioned this so much today.
England isn't normally this hot. Like, I'm English,
yes.
Yeah.
What's up?
I don't know. I'm not prepared
what's up?
for it. Like, yeah.
Climate change.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, in terms of industry.
Yes.
So, what would be your suggestion as well, and how do you feel specifically about motivation, for example? Because you said that's one of your kind of strong points, that you keep yourself motivated. How do you keep yourself motivated, and what would you say other actors should be focusing on to actually keep themselves in the game?
What keeps me motivated is poverty. I can't. If I stop working, I need to go back to serving tables, which is what I was doing. And then I also had a 9-to-5 before. I was very, very miserable. That is my motivation. I know what it's like to not do this. And even on the worst day on a set, I'm still 10 times happier than I was doing something I wasn't really meant to do. And motivation for other actors, you need to become friends with other actors. It can be very lonely when you're on social media and everyone is booking things and everyone is working and everyone has funding and everyone's at different festivals and you are at home and you just got 10 no's in a row. You need to be friends with other people that are going through the same thing, because even the people at the, doing really well, that's what you think is happening. You don't really quite know what's actually happening. So sometimes when I'm feeling this lack of motivation, I call, or I could get coffee with, one of the actresses on this, Regina, her name is Glay. She's a wonderful, wonderful friend of mine that we met doing this movie. We got coffee last week and we just, that's what you need. You need other people.
You mentioned rejection, and that's a big point. That's one of the reasons why acting, for example, is not for me at all. Not only because I would be pretty bad, but actually rejection. I wouldn't be able to take it, basically. And I'm wondering, how do you deal with it? And again, what would you say? How to get through all those castings and all those days when you're kind of expecting some response and it doesn't happen, and how do you pick yourself up and go again and again and again?
Well, my trick is to try to audition so much that I don't even remember what I did last week, so that if I get a no, I'm like, who? Oh, that's fine. But but that is a privilege to be able to audition so much, because back when I had maybe one agent and I would get one casting notice a month, I would be checking that every day, and then who got it? Oh God, why? What? I would go crazy. You have to really just be, and auditioning is such good practice of giving your all, letting it go, doing it again. However, every here and there, something comes my way that I really, really want, and then I don't want to, check in, but sometimes if I don't hear anything, I'm like, hey, just checking, did you cast someone yet? No? Okay, no problem. And that level of desperation is what hurts you, because I always go back and forth. I want them to know that I really want this job and I will give it all, but you want to be cool. You're going to be like, it's fine if I don't get it. Why? But why? And you can ask sometimes why, but sometimes you don't want to know. And also, if I got to know, good. Because the version of the movie that I wanted was the one that I was in. And if I'm not in it, it's going to flop. Which is maybe not true, but that's what I tell myself.
That sounds like a great coping mechanism, to be fair.
That's why I wore my shirt, my delusional shirt. You have to just have this weird blind confidence, but founded on nothing but, I don't know.
Would you say there is some sort of a relation between you as an actor and an independent film, or you would say it doesn't matter at all, like what type of projects you take, or there is a specific space for you for indie filmmaking?
If I have a preference?
What are your thoughts at this stage of your career specifically? Yes.
I am at a state where I am open to any sort of production. Indie, Marvel, I don't know.
Marvel would be great, yeah.
No, but I think indie productions, we understand each other much more, because sometimes when I'm not on scene, I'm holding the boom. There's been days where I haven't been on Regina, where I'm helping on the side, and I completely understand it. I've worked on bigger productions that sometimes feel very lonely, because there's just so many people and you don't know who's the voice of the story itself. So I'm open to all of it, but my heart is in independent filmmaking and independent theater. I just discovered very similar. They're very, very similar. We're all doing every role at the same time.
That's a good one as well, actually. Maybe that's one of the points. Like holding a boom.
Getting stuck in, innit?
Yeah.
I think so we got the first point was utilising the YouTube comment section, right?
YouTube
That's
comments.
it.
YouTube
He got
comments.
it. Yes.
YouTube comments.
Collaboration.
Persistence.
Co-
We have such a huge audience. Come on.
No one's taking notes? Are we boring them?
What was it? Anything else?
Physical. Oh, decompress.
And the last
And
one
the
then
last one then
is the
get stuck in.
yeah. I think we're there, aren't we? Would you say? Would you say that's your process? Would you say?
YouTube comment.
Yeah.
I think so. I don't think I've ever actually sat down and thought about what I do and how. I think I just am trying things as I go. But I would say, yeah, YouTube comments relying on the crew running and screaming and dancing and roller skating it out, and saying yes to everything and becoming friends with other actors to keep yourself sane. Was that all the points?
Yeah, I think so. Was there anything like from Regina that you've kind of learned and you want to take forward onto your like future projects?
Oh my God, yes! I learned how to act doing Regina. I learned what not to do, what to do, how to speak up for yourself, how to let go when you don't understand. I really, really learned a lot from my co-star. His name is Alex. He plays Bobby. He has since passed since making the movie, but I think just watching him, he really didn't have to tell me much. He was so driven, and he would separate. I got really lost in making friends with the crew, like having snacks, and then the snacks would make me sleepy. And not him. He always packed his little salad with his salmon, and then he'd go walk over there, and he'd really be, in it. And then he'd pull me to the side when we needed to regroup and refocus. And he would tell me, like, you're not eating correctly. You're doing too much. It was true. It was true. And he relied on me in every scene. So we had to be on the same wavelength practically. So I learned so much from him and from all the actors on set. And also, there's a lot of intimacy in this movie. And intimacy should be choreographed like a stunt. And I learned that from the other actors that have worked more than I have. Like, we should rehearse it. What are you comfortable with? What are you not comfortable with? And, I came in not knowing anything. So really the other actors are what grounded me, and I would not have made it through Regina without them. I think we were all like a little tight-knit family.
That's amazing. I'm listening to you, I'm realizing as well how obviously every single production is very unique, and then the fact that all of your kind of mates are here right beside you as well, and the fact that what you just described happened with one of your cast members, and he's not here anymore, but he's in a movie.
Yes.
And he will always be there, and those going to be those amazing memories all of you will always have, and on film, on the big screen.
Yes.
And how important, actually.
Yes, movies
they
live forever, and I'm really glad that he was able to be in it. And I think when he passed, it really made all of us think like, okay, we need to finish this. We need to, it took many years to do it. And Alex every time was like, when are we finishing? And he was, when he passed, we felt it and the crew felt it. And we realized this now has a much bigger meaning. It's his last piece of work. And it kind of gave us the last push to finish, in my opinion.
What would you say, now kind of looking at all this, what would you say you would like to leave behind yourself as an actress? What would you say would be your legacy in the future? What do you want to work towards?
I just constantly want to enjoy the experience of making it. I feel of making movies. Whether they are good or not is not up to me. But the experience of the crew is what I will remember. The collaboration and the way I get lost in good writing and good direction. I want that to show on screen, no matter the genre. So as long as someone can watch me and also sweat and cry and scream and they're with me, I know that I'm doing a good job. I want everyone to be sweating tonight.
So you want to have the same impact on people that Angelina Jolie and Willem Dafoe had on you?
Exactly. The way I just, when you go home, I'm on YouTube again. I'm looking for interviews. How? Why? How long? What did you do? I need to know more. That is when a performance really lasts in your mind.
Okay, Isabel, I have to say that most likely all of you will be sweating a lot tonight. First ever screening, I guess. Yeah? Is that the case?
Yes.
And I'm sure it's going to be good. And I hope you are enjoying your time in London.
Woo! you.
And I really hope to see you in many more movies, as well as I really hope to meet you again at some point.
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Tell us where we can find you, maybe some socials.
Hey, my Instagram is Isadilla, Isadilla. And I just post whatever I'm working on, good, bad, fun, ugly, everything. So that's where I'm at. And yeah, I hope to see both of you there tonight and everywhere else on the red carpet.
Yeah.
Woo!
Thank you.
Go London! Go Raindance!
Somehow we managed.
Good. You guys did a wonderful job. Very proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Now we know